Lakers News Fan Report. Your spot for the biggest Lakers news, private analysis, and the inside information that keeps you close to everything our team does. I'm here to give you the newest info, strategy talks, and the stories that might shape this time for the Lakers. Today, I have to chat with you about something growing behind the scenes. Something that links how well we're doing now with a possible action that would completely change the NBA and lift the Lakers back up to being the top pick to win it all. Stick with me, because what I'm going to explain involves our recent hot streak, a superstar who wants to leave his team, and talks that have already happened that most fans don't know about yet. 17 wins and 6 losses. Second place in the Western Conference. 9 wins in our last 11 games. The Lakers are playing their best basketball in years. And it's not just about one player anymore. We're seeing a real big three come together, with LeBron James doing his usual amazing things. Luka Doncic showing why we made that huge trade in February. And Austin Reeves continuing his rise to being a real all-star. That 112-108 win over Philadelphia last Sunday wasn't just another win. It showed that this Lakers team knows how to finish games, how to play defense when it counts, and how to get help from many players. But here's the truth every team that wants a championship faces during the season. You can be good. You can be very good. You can even be great sometimes. But to win everything, to win the finals in June, you need to be amazingly great. You need that one action that makes you better than everyone else. That one new player that makes other teams look at your list and wonder how they can play against that much talent. The Lakers are one huge trade away from getting to that point. And the name that keeps being talked about in the league is exactly the kind of amazing talent that would make this team so hard to play against. Let me tell you what's been happening in Milwaukee, because understanding that is key to seeing what could happen for the Lakers. The Bucks are having a hard time. They aren't as good as people thought, and there is more and more worry about where that team is going. Giannis Antetokounmpo is 30 years old. He's a 2-time MVP. He's an NBA champion. He's done everything you can do in this league, and he's watching his best years pass by on a team that can't get past its problems. The desire to win that the best athletes have doesn't go away just because you've already won a title. It gets stronger. Winners want to keep winning. And when the team around them isn't helping them do that, they start looking at other choices. A few months ago, information started going around to people connected to NBA teams that Giannis had gotten to a point where he was okay with being traded. This wasn't a public request. This wasn't drama on social media. This was quiet talks between his people and teams about what it would take to make a deal work. The Knicks first seemed like where he wanted to go, which makes sense because of the big city, the history, and the spotlight New York gives. But here's where it gets interesting for us Lakers fans. New York didn't want to give what Milwaukee asked for. They offered Karl Anthony Towns, who is a good player, but not nearly enough for someone as good as Giannis. The Bucks rightly said no. And that's when other teams started really looking at what they could offer. And this is the part that should make every Lakers fan listen closely. Because according to trusted news reports, the Lakers asked about Antetokounmpo. Not just the team making a polite call, but Luka Doncic himself reaching out to see if a deal could be made with Milwaukee. Think about that for a second. Our newest superstar, The guy we traded for in February is already trying to get the best players to join. Luka knows what it takes to win championships. He's been to the finals. He knows you need several top players who can be great in different ways. And he sees Giannis as someone who would be perfect for what we are making here in Los Angeles. That's not just players having power. That's thinking like a champion from someone who came here to win titles. The parts are coming together in ways that seemed crazy just months ago. Giannis wants to win, and he's not happy with where Milwaukee is headed. The Lakers have already said they are interested in making a trade. Luka is personally involved in bringing another superstar to LA. And most importantly, we have the player that Milwaukee would actually want in return. Austin Reaves has become exactly the type of player that could be the main part of a deal for someone like Antetokounmpo. He's 26 years old. He's on a contract that is good for the team. He can score from anywhere. He's better on defense now, and he has the competitive mind that winning teams want. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Austin Reaves has been amazing for us. He's a favorite of the fans. He's part of our main group. How can we even think about trading him? And I understand that emotional connection. I really do. But we have to think about this practically. We have to look at it the way teams that win championships look at these choices. Reaves is on his way to being an all-star. He might get there in the next year or two. Giannis Antetokounmpo is already a two-time MVP, already a champion, already one of the 15 best players to ever play this game. The difference in their value is huge. And if Milwaukee would take a deal focused on Reaves, you look at that option very seriously. Let me describe what this Lakers list would look like with Giannis instead of Reaves. You'd have LeBron James still playing at a top level at 39 years old, still able to take over games in important moments. You'd have Luka Doncic, one of the 5 best players in the NBA right now, an offensive genius who makes everyone around him better. And you'd have Giannis Antetokounmpo, a physical player unlike anyone we've seen in league history. Someone who can guard all 5 positions, who can score from anywhere, who changes everything about how teams have to defend you. That's not just a big 3. That's 3 real MVP-level players in their best years or close to it. That's the kind of list that doesn't just try for championships. That's the kind of list that wins many championships if you keep them healthy and together. The offensive options alone would be something we haven't seen in modern NBA history. How do you make a plan for a team that can run its offense through 3 different players who can all score 30 points any night? How do you guard that at the end of a close game when any of those 3 can take over? The change on defense would be just as big. Giannis changes everything on that side of the floor. He can switch to guard smaller players. He can protect the basket. He can guard power forwards. He makes it easier for everyone else to move on defense because he covers so much space. Put that together with the improvements we've seen from Luka on defense this season. Add the experience knowledge of LeBron. Put them with the role players we already have, and suddenly you have a top 5 defense to go with what would clearly be the league's best offense. The Lakers have shown this season that they are willing to make bold moves to support Luka and build the right team around him. We signed Marcus Smart in free agency to give Luka a guard who focuses on defense and can take pressure off him. We brought in DeAndre Ayton to give us that basket protection and rebounding we were missing. Both of those moves show that the organization wants to win now, that we aren't interested in building slowly or waiting for young players to get better. We want championships. We want them soon, and we are building the list to do that. Would the Lakers be willing to keep making those bold moves, even if it meant trading Reeves, a player who is like our future in many ways? Based on everything we've seen this season, based on what our leaders usually do, I think the answer is yes. Not because they don't value Reeves or like what he brings, but because Giannis Antetokounmpo is a talent you see only once in a long time, who has already shown he can be the best player on a championship team. You don't say no to that chance when it comes, especially not when you have LeBron James still playing at a top level and a chance to win that is open right now. The money part makes this possible too, which is important. Giannis is signed through the 2027 season with a player choice for 2028. That gives you many years to try for a championship with this main group, not just a one-season try. Reeves is on a very reasonable deal that makes him attractive to Milwaukee, as they might rebuild or make a new team around younger talent. The money matches. The timing matches. The basketball fit works for both sides. Milwaukee would get a main piece to build around in Reeves. Someone who can be their main scorer for the next 10 years if they help him grow. They'd probably ask for more draft picks and maybe another young player or two. But the Lakers have shown they are willing to give up future picks when what they get back is worth it. We did it for Luka, and that worked out incredibly well. We would definitely do it for Giannis if it meant making a true powerful team in Los Angeles. The timing of all this is very important to understand. We're not talking about guesses after the season or on draft night. We're in the middle of a season where the Lakers are playing well, where Milwaukee is struggling, where Giannis is said to be unhappy, and where both Luka and the Lakers have already asked about making something happen. That's not a maybe. That's actively trying to make a huge trade. The first steps had been taken. The interest has been shown, and now it's about whether both sides can agree on the details. From Milwaukee's point of view, they have to ask themselves if they can really compete with the list they have around Giannis. The start of the season suggests they can't. And if they can't, then keeping him while he gets older doesn't help anyone. They'd be better off getting the most they can for him now while he's still in his best years. Getting pieces they can build around for the next time of Bucks basketball. That's not quitting. That's smart team management when you see that a certain group isn't working for Giannis. The chance to play in Los Angeles with LeBron and Luka would be very attractive to him. He'd immediately be on the team most likely to win. He'd be playing in one of the league's biggest cities. He'd have the supporting players that take pressure off him to do everything every night. He could focus on what he does best, being powerful near the basket, protecting the rim, running fast on breaks, without having to carry the whole offense like he has in Milwaukee. That's the kind of situation that makes careers longer and leads to many championships. I want to be clear with all of you watching this. I'm not saying this trade is for sure happening. I'm not reporting that it's finished or even close to being done. What I'm telling you is that all the pieces are there for this to become real. The Lakers have asked. Luka has personally reached out. Giannis wants to win. Milwaukee is struggling. And we have the pieces to make a strong offer. Those are facts. Those are pieces of information we can check. And they show a possible trade that would change the NBA. The question for us as Lakers fans is whether we're ready to make that kind of move. Are we ready to trade a player we've come to love in Austin Reeves for the chance to make a super team unlike anything we've seen in years? Are we willing to bet on the potential of Giannis, LeBron, and Luka together instead of continuing to grow the main group we have now? Those are real questions with good points on both sides. But chances to win championships don't stay open forever. And when you have a chance to add a player like Giannis Antetokounmpo, history says you try to do it. Before we finish, I want to hear from you, because this talk isn't complete without the thoughts of Lakers fans. Would you trade Austin Reeves and more pieces for Giannis Antetokounmpo? Do you think that big three of Giannis, Luka, and LeBron could win many championships together? What worries do you have about making such a big move during the season? Put your thoughts in the comments below, because I'm reading every single one, and this conversation is too important to not include all of our voices. Make sure you're subscribed to Lakers News Fan Report, and you've hit that notification bell so you never miss a breaking update as this story grows over the next few weeks. Like this video if you like the deep analysis and inside look that goes beyond simple reporting. Share it with other Lakers fans who need to know what's really happening behind the scenes, and keep talking in the comments, because that's what makes this group special. We're making the most informed Lakers fan group on YouTube, and your joining in is what makes everything we do here work. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. We're doing awesome. Please subscribe if you like the videos. Thank you again. See you in the next one. Have an awesome day. P/P/P